Anyway, the whole thing is different than folks than you've been taught, and it's understandable. You just don't know any better. You folks listening generally do, but the mass of the awake sheep, if we can call them that, just it's too much for them. It's too much to have to confront the fact that it's all wrong. It's not what we've been told. And that's a tough road to go down for most people. They don't have time. They're kept under stress, anxiety. They're in debt. My God, they've lost their jobs. There's 100 million Americans who could work, who aren't working. 50 million are classified as poor, 48 million on food stamps at least. So this is all being done by design, all of it. What's the first thing that the Ukrainians were told? Prepare for severe austerity. All right, they tell you the story again. The Bank of England today, interesting story, just fascinating. The Bank of England admitted that money is basically made up out of thin air. Not a big shock to any of us, but interesting to see them say it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And
I sent you a picture. Did you get it?
No, I'll check. No, you got that right. That's exactly true. And people are starting to catch on. But I think, the sad part is that we're paying all this interest to these bankers on nothing that was just created out of thin air. And the national debt doesn't exist. There is no national debt.
Of course not.
That's the trick. And this whole thing's going to collapse. But, Jeff, I think at the core of all this, which is really exciting. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, the core of the situation, and the Snowden thing has really rattled him. But Snowden was fed a lot of the information. I think he's an honest, good guy. I don't think he's aware he is being used somewhat. But here's the thing that's really astounding to me is there is another outside entity I've been told that's collecting that has access. They downloaded all the raw NSA data directly to Israel. There's been articles.
It is said that they have it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the thing. In the process of downloading it, there's another entity that has grabbed up everything, has everything the NSA, all the way back to the war in Vietnam, the drug flight information, POWs, where they were. They've got everything, all the spy satellite stuff now,
who are
every single thing. Right. And here's who is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's some alien group that's formed an alliance. I don't know if it's with Russia or China. I don't know. But there's some entity that has this. Now, here's the trick. It's all going to be released in steps. All the phone taps and stuff of our Congress people talking to AIPAC and all these things, it's all going to be released on the Internet publicly over the next few years. And there's going to be people jumping out of windows going nuts. Mm-hmm. It's going to bring the whole system down. And they cannot stop it. They cannot stop it. And there's going to be a complete 100% end of all secrecy. Every embarrassing secret, every alien secret, it's all coming out. There will be nothing left. And they're just beside themselves. They don't know what to do. And the Chinese now are building quantum computers. We've got a big one, Vesuvius, at the Utah NSA Data Center. And that's not as good as what the Chinese are building. So, I mean,
I read that recently.
Yeah, the Chinese are purported to have an agreement with some alien entity that has a base at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean on the lower depths of the ocean and off the coast of California. And some people say that Fukushima was done to try to create radiation to stop them with their plans. But anyway, the bottom line is the quantum computers, within 5 to 10 years, there will absolutely be no cryptography left. All secrets are going to be exposed. The manufacturing now, they're making robots. They can spray metals. What most people don't realize is they can spray exotic metals. They can make hollow hands. They can spray a whole tank if they want to. They don't even need to machine parts anymore if they don't want to. It's very expensive, but it's going to be commercially applicable, and that's all because of quantum computers. And it's going to change everything, but there will be no secrecy. And any politician that thinks that they can have secret communications and secret meetings is finished. All the emails that they've had encrypted and stuff are all gone. Israel got them all. But even worse than that, this entity that's been downloading all the stuff, and they're going to come out. And so I don't know if they're going to go to the World Legion and say, you're finished, back off, resign. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'd love to see an ultimatum. That's my dream.
Yeah.
Like the day the earth stood still. You give them an ultimatum. Clean up your act or you're toast.
We just don't know. But so the Snowden thing is just the tip of the iceberg. It's frightening them because they know what's out there. And there was major disclosure today from the Snowden information that all the NSA was tapping every single phone call, and they could go back and grab them. You probably heard that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of.
They're able to record everything in real time and keep it in a real time format.
That's right.
That's what I understand, anyway.
That's right.
And this whole thing about Flight 370 disappearing. Oh, please. Oh, please. We have so much technology. Not just us. The Russians do. Probably the Brits do. The Chinese. They know every damn thing that goes on this planet all the time. They know where that plane is.
Oh, yeah.
They know exactly what happened.
Well, they have these spy satellites they used to be called Eye on the Spy, but now the United States
they're beyond
has them.
Keyhole. They're beyond Keyhole.
Right.
It's another generation.
We have England has them, France has them, Japan has them, China has them. They can see video every square inch of the Earth in super HD, and they keep it forever. And they can track every single plane, and these are not affected by clouds because they have actually X-ray generators on them.
It's not infrared, it's X-ray. It's some other method.
Yeah, and so I mean, they know exactly what's going on. They know where it is. They know what happened, and it's news filler. You got that right. It's nothing but news filler.
They're going to they're actually somehow they're laughing about this because they're letting it knock around and play out in the idiotic mainstream media with these moron talking heads and all the speculation. They're loving it. They're just loving it.
Yes,
it's got to be amusing to them.
Yes,
but your point is well taken. I've tried to humbly submit to our audience here that there is supercomputing now, and it's been around for years. That is a virtual world, a virtual Earth, a virtual United States. It's constantly fed and updated with everything that goes on, every single thing that the five senses, and then some, that can be ascertained as real, or at least apparently real, are pumped into these computers. So they've got a digital cyber Earth, and they can introduce any scenario they want into it and get a plus or minus 1 or 1 to 2% max. I'd say 1%. Absolute certainty of how it will play out. They know they've got a duplicate Earth.
You're 100% right. It actually, the name of it's called the Beast. It's part biological and part 3, 4, and 5D chip. And it goes. In other words, there's extra dimensions it can access. But the thing about it is the reason the British-Israeli complex is trying to break up Syria is because they believe that if they don't get their pipeline to supply Europe and don't knock the Russians out, that they're finished. Unless they stop Russia in the Ukraine, they believe that 20 years down the road they're finished. So they're going for broke.
So they want that Iraqi oil and gas to go right to Europe. That's That's the deal. They
want to get gas up to $8 a gallon in the United States. That's what they're trying for by the end of this year.
Well, they're grinding the sheep pretty heavily now. I don't know how much more the sheep can take. You got a two-tiered lower class in this country now, for the most part.
That's right.
The middle class is fading. I've been saying that for years. That was the plan, and it looks like it is. They do.
Of course, they built up Homeland Security as a red check a mass murder squad to go around. They're here for one reason, and that's to tyrannize us and then kill us all, 80% of us. And it's going to fail because, you see, they have no idea. They're completely outnumbered. Once they start this stuff up, they're going to be come at from all directions. When you have people having their children and wives killed, they'll do anything to get them. And these people
talk about creating instant martyrs.
Well, that's it. They have absolutely no idea what they're in store for. They're being tricked because the people want to. You've seen some of the quotes from the Israelis and some of the British where they say they want to get back at the United States for the revolution, winning the revolution, and they want to suck all the assets out and then throw it to the wind. And that's what they're trying to do. But what's happening is the major mass media is controlled and it's failing, and programs like yours and your website and stuff, over the years you've reached a lot of people, and the truth spreads like wildfire, Jeff. It's not going to be stopped.
Well, somehow, some way, somebody's protecting me, or I would have been dead a long time ago. I've survived some things that I shouldn't have, and I'm very grateful.
Well, that's right. That is right. There is a force watching over you, and you know what it is. So.
Always great to talk to you. Let's do it again soon, okay?
All right. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, my friend. Good night.
Take care.
Okay. Now, there is an eclectic hour for all of you to challenge you. Just putting it out there.